Hi, this is Marti Crapo, and I'm here to show you how to make these cute little bookmarks in MDS 2. These are fun and they're easy to do, and the kids will love them. So start with a photo book page, 8.5 by 11, and just a blank page. And you want to add some paper, so open your designer series paper. I browsed and found some paper that I thought had great color. You can use any paper that you like, but I'm using 2013 quotable calendar paper. I love the brightness of this paper. I want to add this as a page layer, so drag and drop this onto my page. And you can tell that it's selected because the little boxes are still around the paper, and I want to make it longer and narrower. I want to make it about 1.5 inches by 5 inches long. You can use the rulers at the top and on the side of the paper to guide you in the size of your bookmark. The other thing is when you add a page, designer series paper as a page layer, you get a photo box dialog, which means you can use a lot of the photo box features with the designer series paper. And one of them is to round the corners, and to do that, right click on the box while it's still selected and choose round corners. You can change the radius by using this slide bar, but I want to just use the default, so I'll say OK. The second thing I want to do is add a backdrop of white paper, so I go back to my cardstock or my background paper and choose cardstock, and I want whisper white. Since this is alphabetical, I know it's all the way to the bottom, and I'm going to drag and drop, again just a page layer, onto my page. And I'll resize this box to just about that size. Then I want to choose a stamp set. And the stamps I'm using are called C for Coloring, and they come with a C for Coloring swatch book template. They're just darling. The one that caught my eye when I first saw this swatch book template was B for bear, and it says B is for bear reading a book. And I wanted to use this, but I also want to use some of the other ones because I want to create some interest with the kids. And one of the pictures that I really liked was the rabbit. And let me pull him over here. Do you notice it says R is for rabbit wearing a ring? So we're going to have to correct that. And one, because it's a stamp and we're in MDS 2 now, we have a coloring tool. I can open this. I can change the brush color to white, and I can just kind of erase this word. Also want to erase the little ring up here. Perfect. And then I can say OK. Now you can also, when you're doing the coloring, you can enlarge this picture a little bit more and use more detail with if you want. Now we're going to resize our rabbit until he fits right in here on top of this white box, and then we want to add the text that would make R is for rabbit, and I thought I would just say reading, reading, reading. So I'm typing that here with some dots in the middle to kind of go along with the rest of the stamp. I want to use a fun font called Curls. And to get to that font, I just type it in the box here until it gets right there. I also want to make it a little larger, so while it's still selected, I will choose 16, and that looks about right. I'm going to move my box down here and resize it to fit on top of this stamp. Make it a little bit wider so it will stretch out, and I can use the alignment tool to center it. I think that looks a little bit better. That just about does it. And there's one bookmark. If you add some more embellishments to it, some letters, I used the punch letters and filled them with great colors. And then I added a little punch circle over here to show where to punch the hole for the ribbon. Let's make one more, and let me show you a quick trick to make more of these. I can right click, I can select the bookmark and then right click on it and say copy, and then I want to paste. So now I have another bookmark exactly the right shape, and the only problem with it is yellow, and I want to get some different colors going. So in the photo box features over here, I have an option to recolor. Now it doesn't always work to recolor a bright yellow with, say, a pink, but we could pick a blue and get a really great looking paper. So let's try that. Sometimes you'll like the way it recolors, and sometimes you won't. You have to play around with it a little bit, and the lighter color that you start with, the better results you will get in getting the true recoloring that you want. So it takes a few minutes for it to come through. Remember, this is a feature that's available because we added the Designer Series paper as a page layer and can use all of these applications that are available for photos as well. So to also save a little time, I want to copy the white box behind the rabbit, and we'll just say paste. Alright, there's my box, and move it up here, and then we'll line the rabbit back up over here, and he looks good. Delete this extra rabbit, and we're ready to go. Let's put the bear on this box, and there, he's perfect. We don't have to redo anything. But whoops, he disappeared behind the back of the bookmark. One of the greatest things that comes with MDS 2 is this layers feature. I get there by clicking on this little icon up here. It says click to access page layers. So now you see how the layers are on my my page. And the bear is clear back here because he was one of the first things I added to this page. So let's bring him up until he sits right on top of this white box. There he is. Came up, he's still selected. I'll make him a little bit smaller. So now you get the idea of how to do each one of these bookmarks. Again, add some embellishments and a little hole over here to show where to punch it. But you probably want to line these up. You might be able to get 4 or 5 to a page. And to move them all together, drag and drop a box around your bookmark. Choose Arrange, Group, and now it becomes one item that you can move around any way you like. So remember, drag and drop a box. It's going to take everything that's inside that box, then go Arrange and Group. So everything that was inside that box is now one item that you can move around the page easily. You can move it out of your way if it's part of your design element is needing more space. And there you are. You also notice over here on the layers, we now just have 2 items that are layers. If you want to get back to add some elements to this, some letters and that sort of thing, all you have to do is say, is selected, say Arrange, Ungroup. Now you notice each of the elements on here has a box around it. Click off, and they become separate items that you can move around again. So Thanks for watching. I hope you'll come back for another tutorial.